Well, good afternoon welcome to the Perthshire Music School. What we're going to do today is we're going to give you a short tour of the music school, just show you some of the rooms. It'll just take a few minutes, just to give you an idea if you're thinking of coming along for some lessons. It's a cold January afternoon, so we're not going to stay here long, and we'll take you into the stairway now and we'll go upstairs to the studios upstairs. Okay, well that's us at the top of the stairs now. There's a ground floor. This is the upper floor here, first floor, so the music school's the suite on the first floor. We've got Studio 2 on this side, and we've got toilets in the kitchen there. On this side is Studio 1 itself, with a waiting area and a small recording studio. So what we'll do first is, we'll take you into Studio 2, the smaller studio. So this is us in Studio 2, the smaller of the two studios. This is where our 4 tutors, most of them work here in this, all work part-time. We've got 4 at the moment, but sometimes it can vary a bit more, sometimes a bit less, this depends on what the tutors are doing. You can see here we've got the keyboards, right? So we have keyboard lessons in here, and we have guitar lessons. Most of the lessons are for the beginners in this studio, perhaps junior, beginner, and what we call preliminary grade, up to about grade 1 sometimes. So that's maybe about the highest to go. When they get to that level, generally they come through to Studio 1 to me to take the more advanced students. The studio is quite a good, compact one. The tutor's got everything they need: the mixing desk, amplifier, computer, and printer and things like that. So this is Studio 2. Well, we're now in the waiting area for the music school. Well, to be honest, it doubles as a waiting area and a small recording studio. I'll show you that in a minute. But obviously, when we teach in groups, and the students have need somewhere to wait while they're waiting for the next lesson. So they're waiting here for Studio 1 and for Studio 2. Now what we'll do now, we'll let you have a short look at the small recording studio, and we'll tell you about that. Well, this is the recording studio. It's a very small one, very basic. We've got a digital desk here, a couple of monitor speakers, and we've got 2 Alesis ADATs which we use for the recording. They're a bit old-fashioned now. Most of the recording these days is done in computers, but they still do the job. This desk here is an input mixer, which we input the mixer, which goes from there, into the desk here and into that, and then it's all kind of joins together. We use this for students mostly who want to record some songs. Usually more advanced students do this. When they get to a certain grade, they're able to play together as a group. We've put 1 or 2 videos of students performing on YouTube, which they do really well. So that's what we use the recording studio for. Well, this is Studio 1 now. We're in Studio 1 now. This area here that you're looking at now, this is where the guitar lessons are taken. We've got 6 seats here, so we can take a maximum of 6 students at a time. You also notice we've got the mural on the back here. That's because this is quite a large room. What we sometimes do is we have like mini concerts. We take all the chairs and the keyboards and everything out, and we put some seats in, and we do some concerts, sometimes for students, sometimes for other things. So that's why we've got this done. It's been up for a wee while. So that's the guitar area here. Now what I'll do next is I'll take you to the keyboard area, and I'll show you that. Okay then, so you're now looking at the keyboard area, similar to the guitars. We've got 6 keyboards here for the students. This is the teacher's keyboard here, and we take students from about, in this room, usually from about 8-year-old upwards, usually till they're leaving school quite often, and same for the guitars as well. We've been using these keyboards for some time. These are the oldest ones. We've had these ones the longest. We're hoping to upgrade to these sometime soon. So this is the keyboard area. Now what I'll just do now is I'll just take you to the teaching side of this room, and I'll explain a wee bit about that. So we're now at the controlled side of the music school, where we handle all the technology. At the hub of this is this area here. We've got a small mixing desk with a computer, printer, and this is where all the action happens for everything, because we use backing tracks for singers. We play the music that the students play along to on the computer, and they come through the speakers here on the side. These are quite big speakers, so this is a big room, and we can also use that for the mini concerts as well. Really important to the setup here are what we call the whiteboards on the side. If you notice here, we've got one here with the lines in it for the music notation. This gets used on a regular basis. It's very, very convenient to use, and with the dots look really good because the sticky dots in that, which I like, they're easy to use as well, and it wipes off really quickly. We've got a similar setup here for the guitar section. Slightly smaller board, we've got it on that side, same thing, but the difference here on the top side, we don't have the lines, we've got the chord boxes for guitar, which we do, so I'm explaining in that. And when we're doing video lessons, all the video lessons for the music school are done in this area here, and we use these teaching things to do that. Okay? And just one final thing to show you, just as we're leaving the room, we'll show you the guitars that we use for the guitar lessons. Alright, so we're now at the main door into the Studio 1 now, and you can probably see the guitars on the wall here. These are not expensive guitars, but these guitars get used a lot with the students at the music school, and they've survived a few years here in the music school, so they've done us well. But most of the guitar students bring their own guitars anyway once they start to get a bit more advanced. We should explain just a bit about the guitar on the courses. The courses started junior. Now, our tutors through in Studio 2, they do the junior courses for keyboard and guitar. Now that's for very young students. It's a foundation course which just eases them in to guitar and keyboard playing. Once they get to what we call beginner and preliminary, that is a really important course, because the beginner and preliminary for guitar covers all the groundwork, and it takes 2 years. If you include the junior, it's 3 years. Okay? 3 years altogether. Why is that so important? Well, because when the students eventually get to grade 1, when we start doing exams for the registered guitar tutors and the London College of Music, the guitarist can choose either electric guitar, rock guitar, or acoustic guitar. Now, because they've done the preliminary grade and the beginner, we cover all the areas that a guitarist needs to know. For example, just to give you an example of that, guitar tablature, chord boxes, and music notation. Because the student has learned the basics of all these skills, when they come to grade 1, they then can decide, well, I would like to do acoustic guitar, I would like to do electric guitar or rock guitar, and they can decide between the three. And to be honest, there's a kind of even number take each, they all decide to do different things. It's now 2015, it's January 2015, and the acoustic guitar is really popular just now because Ed Sheeran is the most popular artist probably on the planet just now, and he plays acoustic guitar extremely well, a great guitar player, singer-songwriter, so obviously is a role model for some of our young students who would like to play the guitar and way it does it. So acoustic guitar at the moment is popular, although the electric guitar is still up there as well. Yeah. So there you are. So that gives you a round-up of what the music school looks like, perhaps a bit of how we work, and where they come to learn their lessons.